Welcome back to another great episode of the Adam Talks podcast.
I started out as a wrestler, 10 years Olympic style. So I started when I was about 9 or so.
We said we don't want Bruce Wayne to be old and that's his reason for retiring. He has to have a reason to not be doing this.
I knew I'd always wanted to do it. I never saw myself at a desk job, and anytime I thought of something else, it always brought me back to wrestling.
Man, I don't like fancy pad work. I like realistic pad work. Am I formed? Am I punching correctly? Am I balanced? Like a lot of them guys will hold pads way outside their faces, and it's just, I don't believe in that type of training, man. Like,
for a couple promotions, I wrestled under a mask, and we don't talk about those days. Because those days were fun and really embarrassing.
It is the first annual Berryville Film Festival. I'm the founder and festival director for it. So it's exciting to bring something to a small town, something brand new.
I think anything you do in wrestling has to have meaning to it. No matter, like, facial expressions, the high-flying moves, all that stuff like that.
And we're back once again with another great one. We are here with an awesome guest, the coach himself, the guy who is a football fanatic, huge supporter of the Lakeside Rams, a guy that is a Lakeside Ram alum, as well as a fan of this show, which is pretty awesome. First fan of the show that I've had on. Thank you very much. Mr. Cain Ihrie. How's it going, man?
Thanks, Adam. Thanks. Good to be on show, and it's Erie, not Irie, and my ridicule me and basically my sister about that, so it's not the first time. Not the first time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, anyway, I don't know if anybody else heard, but the Rams got a game on this Friday night at the Chick Austin Field. It's Magnolia, and they are now 1-0 in the 5A Southwest.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
So does it looks like Coach Rock's going to be doing good for us this year, right?
Yes. I really think Rocky's can do a great job, a tremendous job out there. Shout out to Rocky, and I don't know about y'all, but yesterday was his birthday, so happy belated birthday to Rocky.
Yes, sir. Happy belated birthday to the Rock, Coach Rockwell. Man, you've been with two different. Go ahead.
How's he doing? Oh yeah, hit the snow. What the is cooking?
There you go. Shout out WWE reference right now. That's great, man. Heck yeah. So have you been on the field? Are you still like doing team management stuff with them, helping them with water or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm still out there on the field, just watching boys and all that, and sometimes I'll just say something like at halftime or after the game, like a little speech and all. Like I remember after the Joe T. Robinson game, and just to give everybody a heads up, Joe T. Robinson was the second best team in 5A, and we were ranked number 3 this year. And of course, we lost that game, but I remember Tim Rocky on Southern said, I was something to say, and yeah, let me go in. He gave me a nod, and I said something like, you guys did a great job tonight. I know it's not the way we wanted it to turn out, but I really am proud of you guys for going out there, hustling, giving it all your best. And I want all y'all to know I love each and every one of y'all. And after that, I said, all right, Rocky, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. You've been with two different coaches. You've been with Jared McBride in your class, and then you're also with Rock now. Is there a lot of difference in the way they do things?
Well, I don't wanna be critical or anything because I love both those coaches. And before Rocky came around, Coach Jarrett is the one who allowed me to be on that team in the first place. So I give Wawa to Coach Jarrett, but Rocky, in my opinion, or this is strictly my opinion here, Rocky is the most motivated coach I ever seen, okay? No doubt about
Wow.
that. The way, the way he carries himself on the field and off the field, I mean, he will coach those boys and he will speak his mind, though, whether you want to hear it or not. Rocky, I I gotta say, yeah, the most motivated coach right now is Rocky.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
But that doesn't change the fact that I love each of these two coaches the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You were there all the games whenever Coach McBride, like as far as y'all senior year, you were there at all those games, watching, riding along with them and everything, man. What was it like on
Yeah.
that meteoric that huge rise that y'all had with the Jalen Holly with Garrett Carson, I think was his name, the super sophomore, Harlan Jones, you had Elliot George, you had my brother Alex, you had all kinds of people on this team, and you got to have win after win after win. I think there was what, two losses on the season, and that was it.
It might have been two, might have been three from the one loss in the playoffs. I can't remember. It's been so long since I remember that, but it was fun year though. It was fun year. I would not change it or any of that, but I will say I wish I was more active. I mean, back then I was a chubby guy or any of that, but I'm not as chubby as I am now, though. I'll say that, but no, I would not change it that much. I would not.
The final game, I was there at Whitehall, man. I was there watching it, and no offense to any of the players in Whitehall, because the players and the coaches can only do what they're doing. And like Coach McBride said, you can't beat the referees. You know, there was a lot of real questionable calls being made in that very last game, y'all's senior year in the second round of the playoffs, man. What was your thoughts on that game?
Well, which one are you referring? The first time we played Whitehall, or when we had to go to Whitehall to play them in playoffs, though?
The one, the
Oh,
last
yeah.
game,
Oh,
the very
yeah.
last game that was a tough
Oh, yeah.
game, huh?
Well, Whitehall was playing real good in the game, and I guess we just couldn't stop them in that game. And there might have been some questionable calls, but I didn't really pay attention that much or any of that. But I gotta admit, Coach Jordan is right, and you can't beat the refs. And I don't understand why not every rep, but some reps are just real bad at their job or any of that. I mean, no offense or anything. It's just that some reps are bad at their jobs. I mean, they made multiple bad calls or any of that. And this age, a football like in college or NFL where you got like video reviews or any of that. I don't. Sorry, talking to my dog there.
You're all good, buddy.
I
You're
just,
good.
I just don't understand why can't referees just look at the play on a camera and review it? And look, I talked to my dad about this recently. He said, well, Cain, don't you understand? If they review every play, it'll make the game go longer and all that. And maybe my dad does have a point, but I just don't understand. I mean, when you got the game going on, why can't you just call fair game?
Yeah, man. I agree 100%, man. Uh,
I mean,
you know,
let me ask you, Adam, why do you think referees call bad game?
man, I don't know, to be honest. Some people say they may get paid by the school that you're playing at, or some people say that it may be something completely different. Maybe they're fans of that other team. You know, who knows? But for whatever reason, those calls are being made. It's not right either way. They should be calling it right down the middle, right? And for whatever reason, they don't. So. I don't know. It's not right. It's not fair. I think that honestly, Lakeside should have won the state championship that year. Y'all had the best team. I mean,
Well, we were one of the best teams, I feel like, but uh, I'm not sure if, who's this other team I'm thinking of? Pulaski Academy, that's right. I don't know if PA was not real good at that time, but I know they're a powerhouse, so I think if we had played PA, that would probably be the toughest game of them all if PA was powerhouse back then. But I know they are a powerhouse right now, so we're talking about 2010s here, and it's the 2020s now, so I'm not sure if I can remember all the way back how it is,
yeah, it's 12 years ago, man.
but right now, I really think Lakeside does have sought to win national champ. Sorry, state champion. Why I'm thinking about college football.
Hey, man, speaking of college football, Georgia played Alabama recently. I know you're a Bulldogs fan. How did that game
Yeah,
go for y'all, man?
I'm gonna be a George fan, no doubt about that. I've been a George fan since I was about 8 years old, I believe, and of course, Georgia was getting hammered in the first half. I know everybody knows that. And of course, they tried to come back, but Alabama eventually won the game. And yes, I know Georgia got away with some calls in that game. Like, I remember they were down on Alabama's 5 or 10 yard line. And I think they were calling a run play or something, and they handed the ball off to Bill, I believe that was, and of course he did move first, and my dad said, he moved first, they should call a flag or something, and I don't disagree about that. He kind of did move if I saw the replay, but it is what it is. But I will tell you this: if Alabama and Georgia were gonna meet again, let's say the SEC championship game or the playoffs, I bet you Georgia would win that game because if anybody remembers, I remember in second half, Alabama could barely do anything in second half because I mean, sure, it was 3-5-7 when second half happened, but Georgia just went down score, and on defense, they stopped Alabama almost every play. And Alabama couldn't stop them. So, Alabama did deserve to win that game. I do think that. But I'm pretty sure Alabama will not win in the rematch this season.
Okay. All right. I'm honestly a lot of people here in the state. We live in Arkansas are Razorback fans. For me, I'm more of an Arkansas State Red Wolf fan. I'm a big Red Wolf fan, man. That's my team, and they haven't been doing all that great. What do you think about the state of college football right now? Do you think it's really good? Do you think it's all right, or do you think it's could be a lot better?
Anyway, I think this age of college football is not terrible, but there are some things I don't like about this age. And look, I'm fine with all the players getting paid, whatever. It's not a big deal with NIL. It's gone on before, but, and I got a big but, I don't like all this transferring or any of that because, look, I get it. Some players want to transfer because they want to play. Like those first strings or whatever backups and all that don't get much time or any of that. And if you want to transfer, that's fine. But I think it's best for you to stay at the school you committed to and fight hard to get what you want to do. And I feel like if you transfer all the time, you're missing out.
I
And
understand
also,
that, man.
you just look like a loser if you keep on doing that. For example, DJ Ukulele or Ukulele, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
that guy's not any good.
he ain't no good, huh?
He ain't no good. I mean, I saw him playing against Georgia back in 2021. He did not look good, and every time he got the ball, he was just running around. I mean, he was scrambling. He won the ball pretty good, but he can't throw the ball that well, and he seems like he gets either second time or throw interceptions a lot. And also, I give shout out to my Memphis Tigers for being forced staying in DJ Ukulele, whatever his name is. No, because my Memphis Tigers deserved to win that game, and boom, baby, they did. For those who don't know, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I grew up to be a Memphis Tiger fan.
There you go. Also, another thing I wanted to ask about, not necessarily college football, but there's like three or four different professional football leagues. Like you got the USFL, the XFL, the NFL, the AFL. Do you think that's a good thing for football, where you got a lot of different options to watch different kinds of football?
I think it's good to have spring football. I do think there's market for that, and I do think over time it will grow to be something big. And I know it's originally called USFL and the SFL, but for those who don't know and couldn't you, Adam, the two leagues merged together
Oh, okay.
when The Rock and Redbird Kavanaugh and I guess his ex-wife now. Forgot her name, but
Danny Garcia.
uh, mhm.
Danny Garcia.
Yeah, thank Garcia, that's right. Anyway, all three of them won out the SFL, and of course, it was still the SFL at that time, the XFL 3.0, whatever you want to call it. And of course, USFL went on a while, and after that, the Rock and I guess his partners tried to make a deal to Disney and the USFL to combine the two leagues, and they did. And now it's called the UFL. And last year they kicked off their first inaugural season, I guess you can call that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But my Memphis showboats didn't do good, nor yet bad, so it is what it is. And I don't know if you knew, Adam, but Hot Springs is gonna run a football team, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. The Wise Guys.
Yeah, and by the way, you're not gonna believe this, but my I was the one who came up with the nickname. Not the
Oh
wise
wow.
guy. I wanted it to be Hot Springs Mafia, but
Hmm.
Wise Guys is pretty close to Mafia, so I'll take it.
There you go, man. There you go. Right on, man. All right. Who's your NFL team?
Well, truth be told, I was Miami Dolphin fan at the time, but pretty much I don't like this age in the NFL because to me it kind of feels scripted and all. And by the way, I know my older brother Carmine is probably listening to this right now, so I'll give a shout out to him, but he'll probably say, "Oh, so you think you're a fan of Miami? Well, what about the New Orleans Saints or Giants? All that?" No, no, no. It's just that I like former Georgia Bulldog players, and wherever they go, I root for their team. Like, for example, Matthew Stafford. He was my favorite quarterback at Georgia at the time, and I know he's not really good right now, but hey, he won the Super Bowl, okay? So that's all I got saying. That's good enough
Give
for
him his
me.
flowers, you know. You got to give him his flowers, man. He did great. He won the world championship in football, essentially, you know. So I mean, you got to give him his props. You got to give him his flowers.
Very true about that. Very true about that. But right now, I'm keeping my eyes on Bob Bowers. I mean, I think this guy might have a really great NFL career.
Okay. Have you
Not
always
just
been a
Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean or former Memphis Tigers kicker Jake Elliott. I think he'll have a very good career. I mean, the guy already won Super Bowl, so yeah, I say it's pretty much alright.
Yeah, man, definitely. Have you always been a football fan like all your life?
Well, yes, of course, because it's in my blood, man. I mean, my dad my dad played college football back in 1980 through 1984 for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and his dad, my granddad Conrad, was the soul up there. Um, played for Penn State. I want to say 1958, maybe 57 or something. But Yeah, we're just basically an entire football family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man,
Yeah,
I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you coming on the show, Kane. Man, it's awesome hearing from you again. We haven't talked in years, but man, it's always good to hear from you. Always good to just chat it up with you. I know we talked before we got on here about a certain length for the episode, and we're getting real close to that. So we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up real quick. Uh, what I usually do, man, is uh, I'm really big about gratefulness, like being grateful. That's what I'm all about, man, because I'm a super grateful dude. I'm grateful for so much in my life. So what normally happens is I'll say three things I'm grateful for, and then I give my guest a chance to do the same. For me, my things don't change that often, right? My support system is one. My friends, my family, anybody who supported me doing literally anything I've tried to do or attempted or done. Whether it's wrestling, whether it's this podcast, music, whatever. My beautiful wife, my two beautiful daughters, my mom, my dad, my brother, everybody who supported me in the things that I love to do, I'm so grateful for. The second thing is, well, you guys. Because Kane, if I'm being honest, man, you didn't have to come on here, dude. I'm just a guy that likes talking to people. So I'm super grateful that you chose to come on the show, man. I'm very grateful you asked to come on the show, man. It's awesome being able to have somebody on the show to talk to at any point. The third thing is kind of two for one. So it's my health. I'm getting more and more healthy every day. And that's something I'm very thankful for, very grateful for. And the other part of it is the good Lord above, because without God, man, nothing's possible in this life, but with him, everything is possible. So Kane, man, what are three things that you are grateful for at this moment?
well, first of all, I'd be grateful for my family. You know, I, uh, I know I probably have, a brother, an older brother who, has a fine wine so fans, but I know he's a bit of a rebel and all, but, I love my older brother. Comment again. Shout to you. I love my brother Aiden. Even though we don't talk that much, shout out to you. Well, man, I give credit to my. Sorry, one rephrase that. I love my mom. Shout out to my mom. And, including my dad. Shout out to my dad. Because, my dad has done a lot for me. I know my mom does a lot for me too, but my dad really helped me out a lot. And I know I'm a bit different of that, and I know it might say you can do it yourself, and there's not a whole lot of things I can do by myself anymore, like get my contacts in or any of that, or trim my nails on my own, but my dad helps me out with that, so shout out to my dad. So basically, I'm just grateful for my family for one, and two, I'm just grateful that I'm able to still be around Lakeside football, because if I didn't have football in my life, I don't know what I do. I mean, sure, it may not exactly be for a job, but I don't really care. I just care about having fun and all that. So if you love what you're doing, then that's all that matters.
Yes,
And
sir.
and this biggest one, I say I'd be grateful for number three is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because I'll tell you this, if it weren't for him, I still wouldn't be here. Like, let me tell you a short story. I know you and Alex may not know a lot, but I'm actually a two-time brain cancer survivor,
Oh
and
wow.
I was probably, I don't know what the percentage is, but back in the day, I mean, we're talking like 90s here or early 2000s and all. And if it weren't for Jesus to help out for doctors to find way to just give me a chance to live, then I probably wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't meet Adam or Alex, or I probably would have never heard of Lakeside. So I give all the credit to Jesus Christ. And I know we all make mistakes, but we all need to do our best to just trying to be good in life and all. That's pretty
Definitely,
much.
man. And those are three great things, definitely 100% worth being grateful for. Again, man, thank you so much for coming on here. Thank you for paying attention to the show, man. I love hearing that people keep up with the show and they watch it. So thank you for that, man, because it's awesome knowing I have actual people who like the content, like the videos I put out and stuff. And now you're gonna be part of that content, man.
Cool, man. Cool. I think
Yeah, man.
and for having me on the show. I really think it's been an honor.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's been an honor for me to have you on, man. Have a great rest of your night, buddy, and we'll catch up at a later point. Hey, if anybody wanted to find you and say hey or chat with you or anything like that, where would they be able to find you?
Sounds good, man. And by the way, if anybody out there can go to the game, then tune in to Lakeside TV on YouTube at 7 o'clock, where your Lakeside Rams take on the Magnolia Panthers. Go Rams, baby. Woo!
Yes, sir. Have a great rest of your night, bud.
Thank you. Come join the fun.